Okay, I'm going to find a language partner and start speaking German.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna start speaking German.
What? No!
What?
But your German isn't good enough yet.
Thanks.
But you're not even a confident speaker. Everyone's gonna judge you.
So?
What if we say something wrong?
Well, I'm just gonna say another thing.
Yeah, and that's gonna be wrong too. I think we should wait until we feel more ready.
When will that be?
Probably when we have achieved a C2 level and have been living in Germany for a very long time.
But that will take forever.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna do it anyway. If you have this inner battle every time you want to speak German and you feel afraid to even try, then this video is for you. Although I am a native German speaker, I also speak 4 foreign languages, so I totally understand how it feels to have these insecurities when speaking in a foreign language and to basically stand in your own way when it comes to progress. So today I'm going to share with you my top tips when it comes to overcoming this fear of speaking, which I have used plenty of times and that have helped me become fluent in English, Mandarin and Cantonese, and conversational and fearless in French. If you're new to this channel, hallo und herzlich willkommen bei Speak Fluent German. Ich heiße Salome and this channel is all about teaching you how to become confident and conversational in German. So if this is what you're looking for, then don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my weekly lessons. Los geht's! First of all, you need to understand your fear. What exactly are you afraid of? The fear of speaking in a foreign language usually boils down to being afraid to fail or fear of looking silly and being laughed at. This is very common and you're definitely not alone with this. Being afraid to fail is also something probably everyone who learns a foreign language has to go through. So what's important to understand is that mistakes are part of the journey and they only help us improve and get better. I will dive deeper into this a bit later in the video, so stay tuned. The fear of looking silly and being laughed at is most of the time in our heads. I've spent plenty of times in different countries and my experience so far has always been that people appreciate that you try to speak their language. Especially with German, native speakers do understand that it's a difficult language to learn, and I've also never heard of any of my students saying that they are laughed at for making mistakes in German. Yes, people might get a bit impatient sometimes when you're at work or trying to handle something at the offices. But I'd say most people really appreciate that you put in the effort and try to speak. So once we have understood our fears, how can we actually tackle this and boost our confidence in speaking German? Practicing your listening skills can definitely be super helpful, especially as a beginner, so that you get used to the sounds of the language. If you're relatively new to German, you won't understand every word. You may not even understand a lot of words at all, and that's totally fine. Working on your listening ability by listening to the radio or watching TV in German will always help your speaking skills. You can improve your vocabulary and pronunciation with these exercises. But it's no substitute for real conversation, which leads me to my next point. Practice basic everyday conversations, even as a beginner. You only get better and more confident in speaking by actually practicing with real human beings. All these free apps and social media are not substitutes for real life conversations. I know it sounds scary, but there is really no way around it. You can only go through it. Inside my program, the German Fluency Program, we have built a great support system to help you overcome these challenges. So definitely check out my free training for beginners, in which we go through everything you need to know to get started with German. The link to register is in the description box below. So a language learning partner is also a great way to practice conversations, and the best thing about it is that you can prepare these sessions. In my opinion, the best approach is to pick one particular topic and focus on learning the vocabulary and phrases you need in order to talk about this topic. Also, prepare questions that you want to be discussing during the sessions. I can't emphasize on this enough. Preparation and consistency are key factors if you really want to take your language skills to the next level. Consistent practice is really going to help you get rid of your fear for good. Make a point to practice daily, even if it's only for a few minutes. Don't waste all your previous effort by letting your knowledge get rusty. You can intentionally place yourself in new situations where you will have the opportunity to speak German and challenge yourself on a regular basis. Lastly, let go of the need for perfection. I know it's easier said than done, but you'll never speak a language fluently without speaking a broken version of it first. The sooner you start talking, the sooner you'll reach a conversational level. It may be frustrating to feel like you're making mistakes, but this will ultimately be outweighed by the reward of using the language long term. So embrace your mistakes. They only help us to get better. Alright, I hope this little pep talk was helpful to you, and let me know in the comments how you're doing with speaking practice. I will be back next week with more content around practical German, and until next time, definitely check out these 2 videos right here to learn more from me. Das ist alles für heute. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss!